Robichaud Realty Group. Today we're talking about the commission lawsuit.
That's right. So back in August, the National Association of Realtors came out with this huge lawsuit that made the headlines everywhere, a lot of misinformation out there. So we wanted to check in and give you a little update on how things are going now.
Yeah, so what are they really about?
Well, so the whole controversy with it was that they were saying that sellers were paying and being forced to pay commissions for both the buyer's agents and the listing agent. The lawsuit is saying that all of that should be negotiable moving forward. You know, heavy conversations were having to be had with sellers trying to dig and figure out what would work best for everyone.
And I would argue in our area that's always been the case.
Mm-hmm. And as far as with sellers, we've always seen a little bit of a sliding scale there with commissions. I definitely had some sellers that were excited about the possibility of not having to pay a buyer's agent, but then the questions started rolling in. Hey, I'm getting ready to show your listing. Are you all offering compensation? And so when the answer was no, then we would notice that an appointment wouldn't be scheduled. So we had to go back to the drawing table and discuss yet again.
Before, buyers, they're having to come with their down payment plus their closing costs. And so to ask them for the commission, there's less liquidity that they can bring to the table. The old way allowed buyers to enter the market with less money.
Well, and in those scenarios, so they do without, right? And they maybe they go directly to the listing agent. But then you might run into an issue with disclosing. Now they don't have representation. Maybe they're told not to get inspections. Maybe they run into a lawsuit down the street because, hey, well, you didn't explain this to me. Well, you didn't have an agent. You went without because you couldn't afford it. So I think it's not what's best for buyers. And I think even sellers benefit from, having both parties represented.
So that was kind of a plus of the old system, that the new system, we're going to have to overcome these and educate our buyers to. And I will say, like, an experience we've had recently is we've had some sellers dabble in not offering commissions. And coincidentally, with this lawsuit, we're in a cooling market. So it's kind of all these fears about this commission lawsuit have been almost negated by a market that's shifting to a more balanced, almost a buyer's market, getting close to it. Buyers are struggling with these high interest rates.
Right.
That sellers are having to entice buyers to come to the table with an agent and offer commission.
Yeah. I would say too, buyers can be a little bit savvy in that they'll say, oh yeah, I don't need representation. I'll just go directly to the listing agent and they can help me, put my offer together. But I'm going to expect you to lower that price because you're saving, the $15,000 on commissions. So the old way, a client would text me and say, hey, can we go see this house? We would go, and then, hey, we want to make the offer. And then we make the offer and the compensation was disclosed in MLS. But now we have to find out, hey, what kind of compensation is there? Is there any, if there's any at all?
Well, we have to figure out with our buyers at the very beginning, are you willing to pay agent commission if none is offered? So they create a list of houses they want to see, and we have to call each and every one of those properties. What's the commission being offered? And then we have to present that list to the buyers. So either these 5 houses not offering get erased, or in our offer now we have to ask.
Well, and there was talk of, they'll just roll it in to the loan amount. Right. We can go up a little bit and just roll. Well, is it going to appraise?
Right.
But so many buyers right now are so concerned with getting the interest rate down and the buy downs that we don't have any room to roll this in and finance even more because they're already dealing with sticker shock.
I saw one report where a lender is advertising 5.8%. And then in the fine print, it says, if you pay $8,000 to buy to the rate down. So now this $8,000 that you could have maybe paid your agent with, you're using now as a buyer to get your rate down, to get your monthly right.
Yeah.
So now you can't pay your agent.
Right.
So now you're in a pickle if you want representation.
Yeah. Now, I did hear of a multiple offer situation for a unicorn house. I had a colleague that was saying this. multiple offers. I think he was saying it was like 5 or 6 offers. And so in order to win out that offer, it did come down to compensation. So he actually went to his buyers and said, look, they're offering 3. Why don't we suggest that the seller pay 2 and then you all pay 1, and maybe that'll make us win.
Right.
And that actually did win the bid.
Everyone contributes to something, even us agent, even lenders, buyers and sellers, because we're trying to get families
in homes.
Right. That's our number one goal. Like within our own colleagues, the reaction to this was?
It was a kind of a craze. Agents were literally, they were freaking out. I think people were losing sleep over what was going to happen. They were like looking for other jobs because they thought that they were going to get basically no longer going to have work. But what we're actually seeing is it feels like normal.
Right.
Everybody's offering compensation.
The whole pressure on the commission question has been squashed by what we've seen an increase in days on the market.
Right.
That's really what we're focusing on, is what is it going to take to actually get these houses sold? Where we were at 2.8 months inventory, we're now like at 5.5 months inventory, approaching the magic 6 month balanced market. I mean, I was just looking at articles on CNN. Commission structure destroyed.
Right.
There's another thing, and
it's doom and gloom.
Right.
And it's not been like that at all.
It's not the reality.
Yeah.
People always have to buy houses and sell their house. Well, I hope that was informative. I'm glad you could join us all. And until next time.
Until next time.
Yep.